Microsoft has spent decades defining personal computing through Windows, shaping how billions of people interact with technology every single day. For many users, the company's identity is inseparable from the familiar Start menu, desktop icons, taskbar notifications, and the entire ecosystem built around the Windows operating system. Yet, beneath the surface of Microsoft's modern strategy, something unexpected has been quietly evolving. A Linux-based project developed by Microsoft itself is becoming increasingly important to the company's future. And while most users barely know it exists, Azure Linux may actually represent one of the most significant clues about where Microsoft's desktop ambitions are headed next. To understand why Azure Linux matters, we need to look beyond the consumer-facing products people interact with every day and examine Microsoft's deeper infrastructure strategy. Technology companies rarely make major platform shifts overnight. They build the pieces gradually, testing systems internally, deploying them at scale in enterprise environments, and slowly refining the architecture until it becomes mature enough for broader use. Microsoft has followed this pattern many times throughout its history. The technologies that eventually define the company's consumer products often begin as enterprise experiments hidden far from public attention. Azure Linux, formerly known as CBL Mariner, is one of those experiments that initially seemed minor. When Microsoft first introduced it, many observers assumed it was simply another internal Linux distribution designed for cloud workloads. It appeared to serve a practical purpose within Azure data centers, helping Microsoft optimize server-side operations and improve performance for specific services. It did not generate the kind of headlines associated with Windows updates, Xbox announcements, or Surface launches. It was technical, quiet, and aimed squarely at infrastructure engineers rather than everyday users. But as time passed, Azure Linux began appearing in more and more parts of Microsoft's ecosystem. It became clear that this was not just a niche project for back-end optimization. It was being integrated into security systems, edge computing deployments, networking appliances, container infrastructure, and specialized Microsoft hardware. The distribution was evolving into something far more strategic. It was becoming a foundational layer that Microsoft could control completely, customize extensively, and deploy wherever maximum efficiency and flexibility were required. This shift raises an intriguing question. Why would the company most associated with Windows invest so heavily in its own Linux distribution? On the surface, it might seem contradictory. After all, Microsoft spent years competing aggressively against Linux, often positioning open-source software as a threat to its business model. Steve Ballmer's infamous comments about Linux being a kind of cancer reflected an era when Microsoft viewed open-source ecosystems as existential competitors. The company's business was built on proprietary software, licensing revenue, and tight platform control. That Microsoft now actively develops Linux technology demonstrates how profoundly the industry has changed. The cloud computing revolution altered the rules of software development. Modern infrastructure demands modularity, scalability, and openness in ways that traditional monolithic operating systems struggle to accommodate. Linux became dominant in servers, containers, embedded systems, and cloud-native applications because it offered precisely those advantages. Microsoft could either resist this transformation or embrace it. Under Satya Nadella's leadership, the company chose adaptation. This adaptation was not simply about supporting Linux workloads on Azure to attract enterprise customers. It was about recognizing that Linux itself offered architectural strengths Microsoft could leverage internally. By creating Azure Linux, Microsoft gained direct control over a lightweight, highly optimized platform tailored to its specific needs. Unlike general-purpose Linux distributions that prioritize broad compatibility, Azure Linux could be stripped down, hardened, and customized to match Microsoft's exact operational requirements. The significance of this approach becomes clearer when we examine Microsoft's broader product direction. Windows is no longer just a desktop operating system. It has become part of a larger ecosystem spanning cloud services, AI platforms, edge devices, enterprise security systems, and distributed computing infrastructure. Maintaining consistency across these environments requires a flexible foundation capable of running efficiently across radically different hardware configurations. Linux provides that flexibility in ways traditional Windows architecture often cannot. Consider how Microsoft has increasingly blurred the line between local computing and cloud computing. Features like Windows 365, cloud PCs, AI-assisted workflows, remote desktop virtualization, and integrated cloud services all point toward a future where the desktop experience is no longer tied exclusively to local hardware. Instead, computing becomes a dynamic service distributed across local devices, edge systems, and cloud infrastructure. In such a world, the underlying operating system matters less to end users than the experience it delivers. This is where Azure Linux becomes especially interesting. It gives Microsoft a highly efficient platform for managing distributed workloads across cloud-connected environments. It can power edge devices, lightweight compute nodes, virtualization hosts, and service orchestration layers that support next-generation desktop experiences. Users may still see a familiar Windows interface, but beneath that interface, entirely different architectural foundations could be at work. There is historical precedent for this kind of transition. Apple famously moved its operating systems to a Unix-based foundation with Mac OS X, preserving a polished graphical experience while radically changing the underlying architecture. Most users never noticed the transition at a technical level. They continued interacting with a familiar desktop environment while benefiting from increased stability, security, and flexibility enabled by the new foundation. Microsoft could theoretically pursue a similar path using Azure Linux as a modern substrate beneath future desktop environments. Some signs suggest this possibility is not purely speculative. Microsoft has already demonstrated willingness to integrate Linux deeply into Windows through initiatives like the Windows Subsystem for Linux. WSL was initially viewed as a developer convenience feature, allowing Linux tools to run natively on Windows. But its evolution reveals something deeper. Microsoft invested heavily in creating seamless interoperability between Linux and Windows components, effectively building bridges between the two ecosystems rather than maintaining rigid separation. This interoperability matters because it reduces technical barriers to future architectural convergence. If Microsoft eventually wanted to build desktop environments leveraging Linux-based subsystems more extensively, much of the foundational compatibility work is already underway. Developers are increasingly accustomed to workflows that span both Windows and Linux environments. Enterprise customers rely on hybrid infrastructures combining both platforms. The conceptual divide between them is narrowing. Another clue lies in Microsoft's hardware strategy. Devices like Azure Sphere demonstrate the company's comfort using Linux in products where security, efficiency, and specialized functionality are critical. Azure Sphere runs a custom Linux-based operating system developed by Microsoft for IoT security applications. This was a significant milestone because it showed Microsoft was willing to ship Linux-based products under its own brand when doing so offered technical advantages. If Microsoft is willing to trust Linux for security-critical embedded systems, there is a little reason to assume desktop-adjacent applications are off-limits. The desktop itself is changing. Traditional PCs are increasingly complemented by thin clients, cloud-managed endpoints, AI appliances, and hybrid devices optimized for specific workloads rather than general-purpose local computing. These categories create opportunities for operating system experimentation that would have been unthinkable during Windows' monopoly era. Performance and efficiency are also driving forces behind this evolution. Windows carries decades of legacy compatibility requirements. Supporting old APIs, enterprise software, and vast hardware ecosystems imposes architectural burdens that complicate modernization. Every major Windows release must balance innovation against compatibility expectations from millions of businesses and users worldwide. This creates technical inertia. Azure Linux does not carry those burdens. It can be streamlined aggressively, optimized for modern hardware, and updated with far greater agility. Microsoft can shape it precisely for emerging workloads such as AI inference, edge orchestration, and cloud-integrated desktop services. In areas where Windows' historical baggage becomes a limitation, Azure Linux offers a clean slate. Artificial intelligence may accelerate this transition more than any other factor. Microsoft's future strategy revolves heavily around AI integration, from Copilot to cloud-based inference services. AI workloads demand efficient resource management, scalable deployment models, and flexible infrastructure integration. Linux dominates AI infrastructure because it aligns naturally with these requirements. If Microsoft envisions desktop computing increasingly centered around AI-driven experiences, aligning the underlying architecture with Linux-based infrastructure makes strategic sense. Imagine a future desktop environment where much of the intelligence, processing orchestration, and service management occurs through cloud-connected Linux-based layers, while users interact through a polished Microsoft-designed interface abstracted from the underlying system. Such an environment could combine Windows familiarity with Linux efficiency, cloud scalability, and AI-native design principles. Security considerations further strengthen this argument. Modern operating systems face relentless threats requiring increasingly sophisticated isolation, sandboxing, and update mechanisms. Linux's modular architecture and open-source scrutiny provide advantages in building hardened environments. Azure Linux allows Microsoft to implement security-first designs without being constrained by legacy desktop assumptions. This is especially relevant for enterprise deployments, where Microsoft earns much of its revenue. Businesses increasingly prioritize zero-trust architectures, lightweight secure endpoints, and cloud-managed environments. A desktop platform built atop Azure Linux could deliver stronger security guarantees while integrating tightly with Microsoft's cloud security ecosystem. Such a platform might not replace traditional Windows immediately, but it could emerge as a parallel option for specialized enterprise scenarios. Of course, replacing Windows outright would be enormously risky. The installed base is vast, software compatibility expectations are immense, and the Windows brand remains deeply entrenched. Microsoft understands this. Any transition would almost certainly be gradual, layered, and carefully abstracted from end users. More likely, Azure Linux would initially appear in specialized contexts: cloud PCs, kiosk systems, education devices, enterprise-thin clients, AI appliances, or developer-focused environments. Over time, as these systems mature and users grow comfortable with cloud-centric workflows, Microsoft could expand their capabilities until distinctions between Windows-based and Azure Linux-based experiences become increasingly invisible. This strategy aligns with how Microsoft typically manages major transitions. The company rarely abandons successful platforms abruptly. Instead, it creates adjacent systems that gradually absorb key workloads. We saw this with Office transitioning to cloud-based Microsoft 365 services, with server workloads shifting toward Azure, and with development ecosystems embracing GitHub and open-source tooling. Windows itself could undergo a similar evolution. Skeptics may argue that Windows remains too profitable and culturally central to Microsoft for such a shift. That is true in the near term. But technology companies must plan decades ahead, not quarters. The desktop landscape of the 2030s may look radically different from today's. Cloud-native workflows, AI-assisted interfaces, distributed computing, and lightweight endpoint devices could redefine what users expect from personal computing. In that context, clinging rigidly to legacy Windows architecture would be strategically dangerous. Microsoft needs optionality. Azure Linux provides that optionality. It is not necessarily a replacement for Windows today, but it is an insurance policy against future disruption. It gives Microsoft the freedom to experiment, adapt, and pivot if market conditions demand architectural reinvention. There is also symbolic significance in Azure Linux's existence. It reflects Microsoft's transformation from a company defined by proprietary desktop software into one defined by platforms, services, and ecosystems. The company no longer sees value solely in controlling every software layer through closed systems. Instead, it recognizes that strategic advantage often comes from owning integration points, cloud infrastructure, and user experiences, rather than rigidly dictating underlying technologies. Azure Linux embodies this philosophy. It is pragmatic rather than ideological. Microsoft uses Linux not because it abandoned Windows, but because it understands that future success depends on choosing the best technical foundation for each challenge. Sometimes that foundation is Windows, sometimes it is Linux. Increasingly, it may involve combinations of both. For everyday users, this transformation may remain invisible for years. They may continue launching apps, opening files, and interacting with familiar Microsoft interfaces without realizing that deeper architectural changes are underway. That invisibility is precisely how successful platform transitions happen. The best infrastructure shifts feel seamless. Yet, for those paying attention to Microsoft's technical direction, Azure Linux offers a fascinating glimpse into the company's long-term thinking. It suggests Microsoft is preparing for a future where operating systems are less about monolithic local environments and more about modular service layers spanning devices, clouds, and intelligent systems. The next generation of Microsoft desktops may not look dramatically different on the surface. The Start menu might still exist. Productivity apps may feel familiar. The branding could still say Windows. But beneath that interface, the foundations may be evolving in ways few consumers currently appreciate. Azure Linux is not just another internal project. It is a strategic experiment, a technical proving ground, and potentially the scaffolding for Microsoft's next major desktop transformation. It represents the company quietly preparing for futures that have not fully arrived yet. And if history has taught us anything about Microsoft, it is that the company's most important strategic moves often begin quietly, far from the spotlight, long before the rest of the world realizes what is changing. So, while most users remain focused on Windows updates, UI redesigns, and feature announcements, the real story may be unfolding deeper in Microsoft's stack. Hidden in cloud infrastructure, edge deployments, and internal engineering roadmaps, Azure Linux may be laying the groundwork for the next era of desktop computing. The secret foundation is already there. The only question is how long it will remain hidden before Microsoft's future desktop strategy becomes visible to everyone.